taking it right now.
No, it's very nice to be here, and thank you for your kindness and your applause. I really do appreciate it. It's a huge honor. I look forward to sharing some stories and getting to know y'all a little bit better throughout the night.
Now, this is your first trip to Big Sky Country. You've seen a lot of it by plane, but when you're on the ground, what do you think?
It's been great, and you know, the number one thing for me, wherever I am, is relationships and people. And so far, my time has been wonderful because the people have been great, and the relationships I have begun to build have been wonderful, and you people are just so kind, and I'm so grateful for my time here in Montana.
At your very core, you are a farm boy. Now, the farms in northern Florida, I think, are a little different than the ones here in Montana. But do you feel at home when you see the wide open spaces and the horses and all that good stuff?
Absolutely. I was blessed to grow up in a farm, not truly a farm, but 44 acres.
That's not bad.
Cows, chickens, some horses. And so it was a lot of fun, you know, just to be back in the country and have a lot of fun, you know, and that was awesome for me and my brothers to be raised with a lot of land and also a lot of work as well. So teach us a little bit of character.
Now, you talked in the book about being farm strong and having covered sports out here. I know there's a lot of kids in this area that are farm strong. How much did that help develop your physical strength doing manual labor on a day-to-day basis like that?
Oh, I think it actually played a big part as far as growing up. You know, just being naturally a little bit stronger, having to go out and chop wood, having to cut down trees, having to mend fences, having to you know, work in the garden, all those things I think, you know, improve natural hand strength, arm strength, and you know, maybe didn't make you bench more under the bench press, but I think just naturally strong, it definitely helped.
You probably bench more than a lot of people in this room. Now, you were born in
You look pretty jacked up.
No, I don't. Not at all. Not at all. I can barely bench
There
one
was
of
a
these
little
things.
flex up there, all right.
Yeah, it goes this way, actually.
Got the baby gap sweater.
It was on sale, you know? This one's not bad either. Purple looks good on you. Now, you weren't born in Florida. You were born in the Philippines under very scary circumstances. For those of you who haven't heard the story, tell us about it.
Well,
Got our Asian guy down here.
I wasn't around. I was in my mother's womb, so she can tell it better than I can. But you know, it's you know, so amazing to have a mom with so much courage. You know, when she was pregnant with me, at first the doctors thought that I was a tumor. I wasn't even a real baby. And then it went to a point, and that's actually my brothers and sisters, when I was really young, they would still tease me. They would call me Timmy the Tumor. And you know, so throughout the pregnancy, they found out after I was born that the placenta wasn't attached the whole pregnancy, and you know, it's just, you know, God blessed me, and I was a miracle baby. They didn't know how I survived. They didn't know how my mom survived throughout the pregnancy. They told her to abort me. The whole pregnancy, or else, you know, there's no chance I would live and there's no chance she would live. But, you know, she trusted God with her life and with my life, and decided that, you know, God has a bigger plan, you know, than those doctors knew, and she trusted it. And, you know, I'm very thankful because here I am.
It gives us a sense of what it was like to grow up in the Tebow household. Robbie's here. Robbie, where are you at? There he is. You can't really see him, but he's over there. He's the guy
You
that
don't need any claps. It's all right.
Now he's here. You got 3 other siblings. A busy household, I think, out there on the farm.
Absolutely. You know, it was awesome growing up as a kid with 4 older siblings, and all of them extremely competitive. All of them loved beating up on me, being the baby. And you know, it really did. It taught me a lot of you know, how to overcome and how to compete with older brothers and older sisters who are competitive as well. And you know, it also was something that was really cool for me, being a young athlete. You know, and brother 6 years older, I could look at what he was doing, and I could do that 6 years younger. And so when he went to college and he was 18, I was 12, and he would send his workout books from college to me as a 12-year-old. So I'd be doing his same workouts alongside of him as a 12-year-old, and that was pretty cool for me.
You were improving on those workouts, though, weren't you? Going a little bit extra, didn't you?
Well, he would send back some extra tips he was working on, and you know, we would just try to work together. And when he would come home from the summer, we would train together, and it was just something that was so fun to actually find out, you know, different, you know, weight equipment and running and different exercises that could make me a better athlete. When I found that out, I was all into it.
You were a different breed from the very beginning, weren't you? I mean, having that kind of work ethic, working out on the farm before you could start with weights. I mean, there's not a lot of 11, 12-year-old kids that are willing to put that much time and effort into it.
Well, I realized since I was a little boy, it was my dream to be a quarterback and one day have an opportunity to play in college football, play in the NFL. And that was honestly my dream since I was a 6-year-old boy when Danny Warfel started at the University of Florida. We got a gator out here, all right.
We got one gator out here, very nice.
And I still remember as a boy watching Florida play, and then when I was 7 and 8, watching Florida play Florida State in the national title game and beat them 52-20, and I was dreaming as a boy that that was my dream to one day be able to play in that game, and one day be able to play college football and have a chance of going to play in the NFL. And that was my dream, even as a young boy. And I know for so many of you young kids out there, you have a dream, and you have something that you're passionate about. And I'll just encourage you to go out there and don't let anything get in your way. And just don't let critics get in your way. Don't let people that are going to try to tear you down. Believe in yourself and go out there and try to accomplish whatever it is that you want to accomplish. Because the people that are going to try to pull you down are the ones that never did it themselves. So you believe in yourself and go out there and accomplish it.
Faith was a big deal from the very beginning. Again, missionary parents, Bob and Pam, grew up very active in the church. At what point, though, did you realize that that meant something to you as well? It wasn't just something that your parents were trying to hammer into you guys, that was, at your very heart, too?
Well, it was my dream ever since I was a young boy to be the best football player I could possibly be. But it wasn't until I was 15 and I went on my first mission trip back to the Philippines. After we left, I grew up there for 5 years, and then we came back to the States. And I went back to the Philippines for the first time when I was 15 years old. And I had an opportunity to spend time with kids who had been sleeping on the street, and to be able to hold girls that for their whole life they've been raped or molested. And I had the opportunity to hang out with kids for their whole life that no one had told them that they loved them, or no one had told them that they cared about them. And I realized on that day, that first day at the orphanage, that football was my dream, and hopefully one day it could be a career. But my life, that's what I wanted to do with my life. I wanted to invest in those kids, and I wanted to believe in people that most people didn't believe in, and I wanted to care about the people that not many people cared about, and that's what I want to do with my life.
And talk about some of the ongoing projects you guys have, especially in the Philippines.
Yeah, right now the Tim Tebow Foundation is in the process of building a hospital in the Philippines. We're building 18 Timmy's playrooms, 11 of them here in the United States and 7 of them in third world countries. We have a wish-granting organization, and we're so excited about it. And ultimately, I know that through my platform of football, that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many touchdowns I score, or how many games we win, or how many championships we win. But the platform that I have and the responsibility I have to the next generation, the kids that are looking up to me to be a great example, to be a great role model, to play with character, strength, and honor, and to do what's right, to treat other people great, and to treat other people like I want to be treated. Those are huge for me, because I want to be a great role model. I want to be someone like Danny Warfel was to me. I still remember as an 8-year-old boy when I was standing in line. Danny Warfel came to our church, and I stood, and I was probably the 100th kid in line waiting to get his autograph. And he was so kind, and he signed that autograph for me, and I still have it in my parents' house on my dresser. And how that made me feel as a little boy. And so I take that as a huge responsibility to be a great example for this next generation, and to be someone that a mom or a dad can look at their son and daughter and say, that's someone that's not perfect, that's someone that falls short, but he is trying to honor the Lord with how he plays. He's trying to do what's right, and he's trying to be a great example. And every time he steps on that field, he puts God first, and he puts his family second, and then he puts his heart to football. And if I can do that, that'll be something worth being proud of, and something to leave a legacy for.